Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So I think one of my favourite aspects of competitive Overwatch are the creative names that the community use for certain combinations of heroes. The Beyblade meta is a fan favourite of the days of Reaper and Ana, but Omnic Crisis, World of Tanks and Dive have all made a staple on a certain season. Dive's days of nothing but dive seem to be numbered, but now we're in a really exciting phase of working out a new meta completely. This video is a little look into what compositions seem to be favoured alongside Doomfist, but also we'll be going back to our old roots and doing a little bit of a central combos video. This was an old series that we used to do where we went over certain duos, and it was dated all the way back in the closed beta. But do comment below if you remember it. It'll be interesting to see if any of you guys are still of the old firm. But today we want to cover the amazing synergy of Zarya and Doomfist, but also how that transpires into a full team composition. So come on and slam as we talk about Space Jam.
First, we're gonna go over what Zarya in particular brings to the table. At this point, we all know how Zarya is very good in a lot of lineups and is just doing very well overall, but there are certain elements that hinder her performance and cause pro players to pick D.Va instead in some situations. First and foremost, Zarya can take quite some time to get set up with her shield charge. As more and more mobility characters were picked up in Dive, it became harder for the likes of Reinhardt and Zarya to add anything to the team. Nothing could keep up with the ferociousness of the Dive meta, and soon it became the only way to play in the higher tiers. Remarkably, nothing in the dive comp itself was actually nerfed, but Doomfist Edition gave Zarya a very easy target to shield and protect. Doomfist is a big guy and will become the priority to take down if he dives into your team, and this gives Zarya a perfect opportunity to get some charge, but to also give Doomfist the time to jump in and maybe get a kill and then get out again. And all she has to do is throw a projected barrier Doomfist's way. Zarya's other downfall though is how long it takes for her to get the ultimate. Zarya has one of, if not the slowest charging ultimate in the game. Its effectiveness before the buff was also questionable, and now it's definitely a bit better. Tracer, Mercy, D.Va, Reinhardt and other heroes who could get their way out of the Graviton Surge with relative ease can't anymore, and whilst the ultimate charge hasn't been changed, the effectiveness of Graviton and now the value of it as well, and just the fact that it can hold 23 out of 25 heroes makes it so much better. She is definitely a tricky hero to play optimally, but the addition of Doomfist really does give her a helping hand in those skirmishing fights.
Now onto Doomfist, and I don't feel we need to go into as much detail when it comes to what he can bring into a fight. The incredible amount of burst potential mixed with the incredible movement is really finding popularity with the pros, and even though Doomfist wasn't allowed for the World Cup, Apex and Contenders are now going on, and he seems to be finding a lot of use there. If you really want a good example and to see the synergy working well with a strong Doomfist and Zarya combo, then do watch the Gamers Origins Bazooka Puppies match from the Overwatch Contenders. I'll put a link in the description below, and you really get to see where the combination works, what maps it works for, and also when the teams change it out because it's not going to be as effective. The combination works so well in closed off spaces, but more importantly in those long drawn out fights as well. The amount of sustain that both of these characters have is incredible, and it means the enemy need to dedicate plenty of resources to just clear you out, or at least kill one of you. Both heroes can peel for one another with incredible ease, and it just makes it so much easier to make sure that the other one stays within the fight, as the other thing that these heroes suffer from and hate the most is being out of the fight for a considerable amount of time. Compared to previous duos in the past that we've covered, the Space Jam combo is one of the most mechanically taxing that we've seen, but also relies a lot on coordination and communication. So if you duo queue with a friend every night and want to spice up your experience, then maybe consider trying this one out. It's a combination that I've been playing with one amongst many a few times, and you really see how effective it can be when everything works out fine. Hopefully you're seeing some footage on screen that kind of shows this situation coming to fruition, but it's a huge amount of fun to play, and also, as you can expect, incredibly effective, so give it a go, get some practice in, and let us know what you think.
Now, let's talk about where this composition is most effective and where you should use it. For the most part, we tend to find Zarya quite difficult to play on defense in comparison to offense. The interesting thing though is that a lot of people, including us, feel like it's kind of vice versa for Doomfist. Doomfist always prefers the fight to come to him, just so he can use all of his cooldowns for defensive means and to secure kills, rather than just have to get around and close the distance between him and the enemy. He's also incredibly good at just taking out key targets, getting out of the fight and forcing the enemy to group up and wait for the fallen comrade. But Zarya in the same scenario does struggle a little bit more. It can be tricky to maintain consistent weapon charge when the enemy aren't really pushing through a choke or anything like that, and because of this it's also hard to get ultimate charge. Shielding Doomfist though in this scenario is beneficial for all of the things we just mentioned, as it can help you get through a choke, defend a choke, get shield charge, and by doing that create space for Zarya to get ultimate charge. Overwatch. So this sort of further solidifies the combination between the two. I do feel that overall the Zarya Doomfist or Space Jam combo's best game mode is offensive pure escort maps. Snowballing is something that Zarya and Doomfist can both do with ease, so it comes as no surprise that they suit a game mode with a constantly moving objective, so they get into that flow. It's also incredibly useful for skirmish heavy game modes like Control, simply because it's easy to build resources but also to maintain them if you just stay coordinated. We really like this duo of characters and we hope you can jump into the game with a pal and try it out yourself. Me and Ryan have had a lot of fun with it and definitely see a lot of potential in these two heroes being played together.
And that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching. Do let us know what you think of the combination, or whether there are any other central combos that you like at the moment that seems to work out fairly well. I like where Overwatch is currently when it comes to the sort of meta aspect of the game. Of course, there are a lot of problems within competitive that need resolving, but it is exciting to hear from the likes of Time, who's saying that they're in a situation where they're trying out lots of different compositions and not really sure what works. This is a really good time to play Overwatch, work it out for yourself and see what works out for you until one meta gets far too strong to the point that you can't really play anything else. Do let us know what you think in the comments below about all of this. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, take care. We'll see you then.